All right. What's up, Turtle Riders? How's everybody doing tonight? Good? Excellent. Welcome to the show. All right, guys. Give me 1 sec to just fix my mic here. Cam mic. Audio. Okie dokie. Hopefully that's a little better there. And we'll be good. All right. So welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Uncle Turtleboy. We stream on here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night, usually unless there's a game on at 9 p.m. Tomorrow night, we have Turtle Club scheduled, but the Bruins are on. So we got to figure out. I'll make an announcement on that. So stay tuned on that. So Turtle Club is not on the YouTube channel. It's on the blog itself, and you have to join up, become a member. There's a tab right at the top for Turtle Club that you guys can join. It's really easy to do it, and there will be dividends. Trust me. Audio is great. Awesome. Cool. All right. I've gone ahead, guys, and I've shared this link to the Clarence. No, I'm so used to saying Clarence Emerson. He's suspended for like 28 more days because he was naughty, whatever that means. I shared it to the Turtleboy Sports Facebook page and the Uncle Turtleboy Facebook page, which both have grown significantly in the last day or two because the blog has gotten a lot of traffic because of the Hampton Beach blog that I did on Sunday, and then the Cole Buckley blog, and then that dancing chick from Uxbridge. So it's been a lot of people, a lot of new folks on there, but get over to those pages. I've shared it on both of those. Like it. The more you interact with the pages, the better. Just go ahead and like it. I mean, back in the day, I used to be like, boom, 100,000 people, no problem. Now I can't get 1,000 of you people over there. So you can't say you're a turtle rider if you haven't liked those pages. So get on over there. Also, follow me on Twitter. I got 2 Twitter accounts, at Dr. Turtleboy and at Turtleboy Phone. I had somebody ask me yesterday, I forget what they asked. Let me see what he said. Because this is one where I'm like, the reason you need to follow me on Twitter. I have you got to follow Turtleboy and everything because I say things in different formats. So he said, you need to start calling out businesses who are still requiring masks. And I agree. And I've done that on Twitter. I speak significantly more on Twitter than I do on Facebook. So if you're anti-Twitter and you're pro-Facebook, that makes no sense because they're just the same censorious assholes. So get over to Twitter, make an account, follow me on there. I post a lot on there, and I get a lot more interaction, quite frankly, with some tweets than I do on Facebook. All right, so follow me everywhere, retweet it, let people know Turtleboy is live, etc. Exactly, Christina. She gets it. Turtleboy is on fire. Okay, so 120 people. Let's get this up, folks. Where is everybody tonight? It's live show time. Is it because I'm early? Because I started at 9:05? I don't know. But share. Let people know that we are live. And like I said, yeah, I won't go to places that require masks anymore. Like if I go, and I'm fully prepared for the first time I go to a place, because I haven't been wearing masks for months. Everybody knows that. I kind of helped end the mask mandate. You're welcome. With my, it's like I'm like kind of like the Rosa Parks of masks, if you will. I started a movement. We got what we wanted. You're welcome. So if I go to a place and they're requiring masks now, I won't do business with them. That's the way we need to be from now on with these people. It's like no longer acceptable to require masks. Like if they're still doing that, you're out. I'm not doing it. Not only that, I will not go to restaurants or any business that makes their employees wear masks. How about that? How about we kick it up a notch? Because that's how we end this. We start using our checkbook and our, support to let them know this is unacceptable, because it's not cool to make your employees do that either. I just don't like what it represents. I don't like it. It's done nothing this whole time. It represents that there's still something to be afraid of out there. There's not. It's ridiculous. There was never anything to be worried about to begin with. So yeah, I won't do places. So like, for instance, there's this restaurant called Val's in town. They put out a Facebook post today and they said, well, you don't have to wear masks, but our waitresses still will be. I'm not going. I won't go. I don't want to hear the waitress talk to me through a fucking mask. I'm so sick of that. I'm done. If you support masks, I don't support you. Meanwhile, the black and white in Spencer near the Paxton line. They make an announcement saying it's a personal choice for our waiters and waitresses because the black and white is awesome. They do everything right there. So I'm definitely going to go there. I went there the other day. It's great. I love the black and white. And yeah. All right, cool. So without further ado, let me talk about what we're going to talk about here tonight. And speaking of masks and activism towards this sort of thing, there's a lot of grifters out there, folks, on both sides of the aisle. And a lot of people think in the last couple blogs I've done, I've kind of criticized people who you think would be on our team, right? People throwing shit at Kyrie Irving, people, trying to end the lockdowns, people like that. But I call a spade, and that's why you read Turtleboy. And if you don't like it, and thank you very much, Michelle. Yeah, what is up with the fat guy, the bootleg Rene Rancourt there, wearing the mask during the national anthem? He's been doing that for a while now. It's fucking ridiculous. Needs to end. Boom. I say boom. And by the way, thank you, Michelle. If you guys, that reminds me, if you guys like the program and you want to support what I do and what Turtleboy is growing here and doing, this is kind of how I make a living. So if you donate, like she just did there, it comes up with, that's called the super chat. There's a $1 button at the bottom of the chat. If you click on that, you can donate whatever you want and write whatever message you want. I can't censor you. I can't stop you. You can call out your baby daddy, give a shout out to your dog, your homie, maybe call out your girl if she cheated on you, whatever you want. If you want to call somebody out for being a bitch, a hoe, whatever, we can get full ratchet in here. I have no control of it whatsoever. It comes up like a billboard. So yeah. Also, like Prez Trump says, smash that like button and smash that subscribe button. We're up to 16,400 subs, which is great. We are killing all the other, wannabe bootleg Turtleboy things out there, the offshoots, people who shall not be named, who talk about the same shit all over again. We're crushing them, and it drives them crazy. So they can't stop us. I'm sure they still watch us. But yeah, thank you, Meg. I appreciate that. Do you guys think, let me ask you something, Turtle Riders. Do you guys think I should have like a co-host every show, or do you like it with just me up here? Because sometimes I think it'd be good to have a co-host. I love Brett on think he's a perfect Saturday guest. Maybe he'd be a good everyday guest. It's just a lot to ask for him to be on here every day. But do you guys think I would be better with a co-host to kind of throw things off of, a producer? How can I make the show better? Be honest. Let's just have a conversation right now before we get into the meat of the topics tonight. So, all right, but let's do a vote. Vote 1 if you think that I should just be me, just one person. Vote 2 if you think the show would be better if I had a co-host every episode. Go. 1 for me alone, 2 for co-host. All right, let's see what people are saying. 1. Okay. Oh, a lot. Okay, some 2s. There's some 2s coming in here. Bridget says 2. McG, a lot of 2s. Okay, there's a bunch of 1s in a row. Some 2s. 1.5 is not an answer. It's kind of right down the middle. Some 2s, some more 1s, 2s. Once in a while is good. Interesting. I don't know. It's like, it's tough. It's like you got to find the right guy. Obviously, Brett's perfect for Saturday nights. He's the perfect co-host to have on here. I'd like a co-host that I can bounce shit off of, that contributes to the show, has funny, witty things to say, doesn't try too hard, something like that. I don't know. I feel like it'd be better. Like with the Jerry podcast, I mean, it's the Jerry Callahan show. And I know a lot of you guys listen to it. I listen to it. It's better when he has a guest, especially when that guest has something to offer and is not named Alex Reamer. So I guess it's worse off when he has Reamer on, but something like that. Just something to consider. But I'm always looking for new talent. If you're interested in, becoming my co-host, trying out, we can start doing that. We can do some tryouts if you'd like on the Tuesday, Thursday program, something like that. Thank you very much. Bridget, I appreciate that. I'm always looking for new bloggers too. Like if you're interested in submitting a blog, it's hard to find good bloggers. It's really, really, really hard. I have not hired anybody since Bristol. So that was 3 years ago I hired her, something like that. And we all know how that ended. So I'm kind of scarred for life with that, but always looking for new talent. If you're interested in joining the crew, what would a co-host win in best supporting turtle. Maybe we have like a Turtleboy idol. We could have like a contest to see who becomes the co-host, something like that. I don't know. We can get jiggy with it. So how about this? We will have, if you're interested in being on the show with me, like co-host, and would like to try out, why don't you send me an email at turtleboysports@gmail.com and I'll have you on. You don't have to send a sample or anything. I'll give you one episode to try out on. If it's a swing and a miss, don't take it offensively. It's not for everybody. It's not as easy as it looks, but I would be interested in having you on. Okay? Yes, and Turtle Club members definitely get first preference. Correct. Okie dokie. All right. So, yeah, like Fat Rob says, some people just like watching. Like if you feel like you just like watching more, that's cool too. We're all just here to have a good time. We need more Brett. Yes, we do. We always need more Brett. Okie dokie. So let's get started with this program, shall we? So like I said, you guys like Turtleboy because I call it like I see it. I don't hold, like I'm not going to protect you if you're on my team. If you're a Celtics fan who throws something at Kyrie Irving, even though I hate Kyrie Irving and I kind of wish he got a bottle thrown at his head and I don't feel bad for him at all, like still got to call you out on that because, I mean, it's kind of not fair. Don't you think everybody else in that crowd would have liked to throw in a bottle at Kyrie Irving? But they didn't because they're not allowed to. So why are you special, right? And that's why I have a problem with lynching and mob rule in general. Like, vigilante justice. Like if somebody commits a crime, if somebody murders somebody in your family, right? How would you feel? Would you like it if that murderer was then just some guy just came up and shot him to like avenge your family? No, I wouldn't like that because I'd be like, no, I wanted justice in court. I wanted a guilty verdict. That's what I wanted. What gave you the right to be the person who flipped the switch? You know what I mean? And that's kind of what Cole Buckley did with this whole thing. It's like, come on, everybody in that crowd would have liked to throw a bottle at Kyrie Irving. Why do you get to do it? It's not fair. It's not fair because nobody else did it because they knew if I do this, my ass is going to jail. That it's kind of like a heightened, tense environment because Kyrie did it that way. He specifically did that whole like subtly racist thing bullshit before the game started. And Cole must not be. I don't think Cole follows. And we'll talk more about this during the stream we do on him. But I don't think Cole follows a lot of the woke stuff. I don't think he's into that kind of stuff. I think he's completely oblivious to the world. I think he just drinks his twisted teas and his Keystone Lights with his bros and his homies. And he calls it a day. I don't think he's up to date with the racial tension things that are going on because, our lowest demographic on Turtleboy, and I would guess on places like WEI too, is 18 to 24. That's my worst demographic. I think like 3% of my readers are 18 to 24. That's a barstool crowd. That's they're simpler people, right? They're not really into the social justice shit that we're into, like exposing ratchets and grifters. That's an acquired taste. You start to you grow out of barstool and you graduate to Turtleboy. That's kind of how it works. And I'm happy to have them because I keep it real and they don't. They keep it simple. I keep it real. And that's why we are growing every day and we will continue to grow. But anyway, that's that. My best is 35 to 40. Yeah, my best is actually, 35 to 44 is my top one. And I think after that is a close one between 25 to 34 and then 45 to 54. But I think 25 to 34 is a little bit bigger than that. So 25 to 44 is like 70% of my audience. Like we are a soccer mom blog, if you will. It's like 50-50 right down the middle, male, female. We are a blue collar, hardworking, regular Joe Schmo, house and 2 kids kind of blog. That's where we are. So that's who we appeal to. Anyway. All right. So back to the subject at hand here. Speaking of people, let's talk about this guy from Peabody here. Share screen. Okay. Vincent Delaney. Yeah. Okay. I heard somebody, like some chick in the comments, was like salivating over Vincent Delaney. Like she wants to bang him. I guess that's her type. No judgment. To each their own. But come on. Come on. Tell me this guy's not juiced out of his mind. He's from Peabody. Everybody from Peabody's on steroids. Everybody ever met from Peabody did steroids at some point in their life. That's just a scientific fact. You know, a steady diet. If you grow up in Peabody, you're going to have a steady diet of steroids and Oxycontin. That's just a fact of life. You know it. I know it. We all know it. So here he is, Vincent Delaney in all his glory. He's, together we'll win, unvaccinated. He's very proud of the fact that he's not vaccinated. Okay. So him and I probably would agree on like 99% of political issues, except I bet you he still thinks like the Dominion voting machines. Oh, Bruins are on Thursday. That's great news, Suzanne. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. So I think that the Dominion, like this guy probably thinks the election was rigged. I'm guessing. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that. And he's not, I don't think he's a very intelligent person, but we do, that's okay too. You don't have to be smart. He definitely thinks he's fucking Popeye. He looks like Popeye. And he first made headlines. If you guys read this blog today, about a couple months into the coronavirus lockdowns, because he was the first person around here who actually sued the state of Massachusetts. He's an HVAC contractor, and a lot of his businesses that he serviced were losing business because of this. So he was losing business. Remember, these economic slowdowns, you can't just, it's a domino effect. You shut down some businesses, lots of other businesses who feed into that business or do business with them are also going to be affected by that. It's just common sense. That's how an economy works. So guys like him get caught up in the mix, and I feel bad for him because it's not fair. However, he decides he is going to be the person who sues them. Okay. And which is, it's commendable, right? Because somebody should sue. I mean, we always said that, but I should have put like a caveat, like somebody who's honest and somebody who's not a fucking moron should sue. How about that? He is married. My family is from Linfield. It's interesting. I'd like to know more about that. Anyway, so this is what he hires this attorney named Tom Mason to file a complaint. And I talked to Tom Mason on the phone about this, and he needed $7,500 from Tom Mason to get this off the ground. So he began crowdsourcing. Now, here's my thing with this whole thing. I feel like if a lawyer wanted to get their name out there bad enough with this and like make a name for themselves is like, because you think Ben Crump gets paid by Calvina Struthers and Monica Cannon Grant to come down here? Fuck no. Ben Crump makes his money by getting involved in big name, high publicity, politically charged events. And then he makes his bread after that. He doesn't expect to get paid by the client themselves. He gets paid off of the fame. He realizes that this is valuable. And I feel like that's what a lawyer should have done with this whole thing is if like you should do it for free. If you are a lawyer looking to make a name for yourself, why do you need money? Well, what do you need money for? I mean, I understand you're going to be doing work, but figure it out afterwards. Like, I feel like being the guy who ends the coronavirus lockdown would be invaluable fame. Invaluable. But why didn't they do it? Because they all know it was constitutional at the end of the day, at least in Massachusetts, because judges get to interpret the Constitution however they see fit. That's the weakness of our legal system, if you will, is that depending on what judge you could get completely different justice. One judge could find you guilty of something, another judge could find you not guilty of something. I've seen that with Melissa Derrigan. I've seen it up front. Trust me. If a judge is having a bad day and doesn't like you, they can take it out on you if they want. It sucks, but it is what it is. And I think a lot of these lawyers realize that, if I spend all these billable hours in which I could be working other clients and getting paid, thousands of dollars a day, I could be doing that, or I could be doing this lawsuit, which ultimately is going to go nowhere and doesn't have a pot at the end of the rainbow for me. So why am I going to get involved in this? If you want me to do it, you're going to have to pay me, because they know that this is likely a losing case. And now that's another interesting thing. Do you guys think it's unethical for a lawyer to take on a case that they know probably isn't going to win? Because I've been on the other side of these. I'm being sued right now by I've been sued by a bunch of people who hired attorneys who they know, the attorneys know that this lawsuit's going nowhere. The Jamie General Pet Trackers lawsuit isn't going anywhere. But his lawyers are just greedy assholes who are just like, well, this dumbass is going to pay me to sue, so I might as well take his money. I know he has no chance of winning, but I ain't going to tell him that. So is that unethical? According to most lawyers, it's not. But I mean, I think it is. And maybe that's why I think a lot of lawyers are scummy. I don't know. But this guy, Tom Mason, takes the case, but he's getting paid for it. And he wants $7,500. And he goes on, he can't get it at first. And so where does he go? He goes on, he makes his GoFundMe, and he goes on the Jeff Cooner show. There's Jeff Cooner. You guys listen to Cooner at all? I listen to him sometimes, and I've been to some rallies with Jeff, and I like him. But let's be honest here. Some of his followers are fucking morons. And like the vast majority of them probably still think that like Trump got more votes than Biden and that Trump is going to be president in August. There's probably a lot of people. I've seen the crowds, man. I've seen who listens to Cooner. I've heard who calls up the show. They ain't the brightest bulbs, some of these people. They're not sending us their best. Let's just put it that way. Now, I'm a conservative, so I can say that. I can shit on my own people. And that's kind of, I mean, I like Cooner because I'm not a fucking moron, but I'm just telling you. I'm telling you like it is, straight up. A lot of fucking morons that listen to that show. We have dumb people on our side, too. Let's be honest. I think they have more dumb people on their side, but they got a lot of dumb people, too. Stop. Okay? So that is what it is. If you don't like it, please go kindly fuck yourself. Go listen to the Washington Post. There's nothing I give a fuck less about than your feelings. Okay? There's like some of the most butthurt, offended people are MAGA people. The second you fucking disagree with them on when you're agreeing with them, they love you. Oh yeah, Turtleboy, yeah, fuck the liberals, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And the second you say something that disagrees with them, they turn into the whiniest fucking cunts on God's green earth. I apologize for absolutely fucking nothing. If this offends you, go cry yourself to sleep tomorrow. You're going to come back. You're going to come back every fucking day because I told you to. All right? So go stick a Dominion voting machine up your asshole and go fuck yourself, please. That's what I think of you. Anyway, back to this. Got a little off track there. He reaches out to Cooner because he knows like this is Cooner red meat. So he's going to go on air and be like, I got a lawsuit. Yeah, we're going to sue Charlie Baker. And then Jeff Cooner is probably saying, ooh, you're going to sue Charlie Baker? Ooh. What is your name? Vincent Delaney. Vincent Delaney is a patriot, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to sue Charlie Baker. Please donate to his GoFundMe and he will end the lockdowns. A lot of that going on in the Cooner show. And it worked. It worked. So he realized he could use this guy for his platform because he ends up raising $63,000 with this GoFundMe. He reached out to me to share it. Me. And I didn't do it because I don't share GoFundMes from random people who I've never heard of before. And they're like, yo, can you share this GoFundMe? No, how about go fuck yourself? Go share your own GoFundMe. Fuck out of here. I built this platform and now you're just going to use me for it? Fuck off. I don't even know who you are. You fucking juice head. Anyway, so there he is, and he makes all this money off of it. Okay, $63,000. Not too shabby. There it is right there, and it's entirely $63,148. And, oh yeah, it was dismissed. The whole thing was dismissed. Most of it was dismissed in January, and then the religious portion of it, he says that it was violating he couldn't go to church. But that got thrown out because the archdiocese was having socially distanced mass anyways. So he could go to church. I mean, the whole thing, if your lawsuit gets dismissed and like, I've had lawsuits that take years to get dismissed. This one got dismissed in like 5 months. That's a bad lawsuit. That's like literally Tom Mason ripping this guy off. Tom Mason got paid. The lawyer got paid. But what did the donors get out of this besides feeling good about themselves? They're just like, yeah, this guy's going to fight for us. Yeah, they raise all this money, thrown out. Just like that, thrown out. There was no game plan. It was just this guy giving them this false sense of confidence. So who's the winner here? The winner is the lawyer. The winner's the lawyer. He got paid. He got some work out of it. But I talked to Tom Mason about this on the phone. He would not disclose to me how much. He can't disclose to me how much he got paid to do this. But when I mentioned $63,000, he kind of scoffed. He's like, I wish. So I think it was significantly. I would guess he probably got paid, I don't know, $15,000 to $20,000, maybe 20. So there's tens of thousands of dollars here missing, just gone, missing. So where'd they go? I don't know. That's the question. That is up for him to decide. Now, it goes on. He did. You guys got to hear this whole fucking thing. He did this Vimeo thing explaining why he's doing this, and you have to watch this. This is a work of art. Let me do it this way. In whiny crybaby cuckery. Here he goes.
Been in my possession since 1996.
What's it mean, dude?
I don't know. It's just something my daughter gave me. You know, touchy one. Everybody has walked away. My children are very liberal, and they believe, in progressive liberal things, and because of the lawsuit that I brought forward, it was almost kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. Fear is that powerful. When it comes down to it, I'm a good guy. I put God, country, and family.
Oh, God. Enough with the God, country, and family. I hate anybody that's ever used those three words together. What a stupid cliche. God, country, and family. Bitch, you're doing this because you're trying to fucking make money. Stop it. God, country, and family. Stop it. But he knows that he's not that stupid. He knows that these are the kind of buzzwords that will appeal to the Jeff Cooner crowd. God, country, and family. Yeah. God, country, family. So he's going to run with it. Let's carry on.
I've held those values since I was a young boy. My father instilled that in me, and it's always been God, country, and family.
Always.
And, I believe in doing the right thing.
The right thing, yep. Oh, there he is, fishing.
I was supposed to get married in September. And with everything that was going on with the house almost being burnt down, the death threat.
Stop there. Hold on.
FBI involved in my life.
FBI involved in his life. Stop there. He just dropped, because he kept bringing this up to me. He said this to me on the phone like 20 times when I spoke to him. He just kept resorting back to that. If you constantly have to mention, I got death threats, that's just a distraction from whatever point it is you're trying to make. It's just an attempt for me to feel bad for you. This is what they always do, SJWs, when I expose them. They're always like, I'm getting death threats because of your blog. Well, I wouldn't have written a blog about you if you weren't an asshole. And I don't think you're actually getting death threats. Most of these people who say they're getting death threats, they're not actually getting them. This guy insisted to me that there's video of him, that he got letters in the mail. Letters. If you're getting letters, come on. I guarantee he wrote those letters to himself. Guaranteed. Just like that congresswoman from South Carolina. We could talk about her later. I guarantee she's faking that Antifa hate crime too. That's another story. But he's also talking. He said that somebody tried to burn his house down. Dude, stop it. You are not Martin Luther King, dude. What are you talking about? No one's trying to kill you. You're just some fucking guy who filed a lawsuit that everybody knew was going nowhere. Charlie Baker's not scared of you. He probably has no idea who you fucking are because he's a tyrant and he doesn't think about people like us ever. You're not like he might think about me sometimes because I did the Karen Polito blog and I can be a pain in his ass once in a while and actually get shit done. But he does not give a shit about you, dude. You're not. If Charlie Baker actually hires goons to like burn houses down, he's gonna burn my house down first. I'm way ahead of you in the list. Sorry, buddy. Way ahead of you. Baker's goons. He is pulling an Ashley St. Angel. That's exactly what he's doing. So listen to what he says here about the wedding. This is wild.
Life, over the death threat. She gave me a decision. Drop the lawsuit or she was going to leave.
Okay, stop right there. Drop the lawsuit or so this woman that he's going to marry last September gave him an ultimatum. Drop the lawsuit because people keep trying to kill us or we're done. We're done. So what does he decide to do? Love the music.
And as much as I loved her,
he's crying. Look at this. Shakespearean.
I love my country boy.
Sorry. I love guys. Oh, can we just play that again? We got to play that again. One more time. Just look at the drama, the music in the background. It's like, as much as I loved her, is she even real? That's what I want to know. I've researched this guy, gone through old pictures of him. I didn't see any old pictures of a woman there that isn't his current wife. Not fucking one. Oh my God. Again, one more time. Here we go. Hold on. Ooh.
I love my country boy.
As much as I love this country boy. And then this says, what does this thing say at the end? He goes, for his own safety, Vincent was forced to relocate out of state. There is yet to be a ruling on this lawsuit.
The freedoms.
Here's Tom Mason. He got paid.
I felt, that I saw being nibbled away, which what disappointed me was more than anything was.
If Tom Mason was that passionate about it, he would have done it for free. He wasn't that passionate about it. That's the bottom line. He just saw an opportunity here to get some work.
Customers and the public.
I remember laying in bed, looking at the ceiling, and I was thinking I'm going to go under. I mean, I can't sustain this another month. I'm going to be washed up. And I mean, I knew that there were other people out there in worse condition financially. And I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to bring a lawsuit against the state of Massachusetts, the governor. I'm going to stop this lockdown today. It was a challenge trying to find an attorney here in Massachusetts that would be willing to sue the governor.
Anybody you get, lawyer, just throw money in the machine, they'll fucking do it.
A gentleman in a legal situation like this, but, these are extraordinary times and, I mean.
How much did this video cost to get done? That's what I want to know. Who produced this?
I just think it's wrong. I just think people should not be deprived of a livelihood. I think people should be able to make decisions, adults on their own. My motivation is from day one was to try to uphold the law.
I don't think this guy's the best lawyer. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you.
What I really looked at first was that, like anybody would have to do, I had to see where is he getting this power from? Where is he claiming he has his power to do this?
Where's Baker?
Some states, they give it to the governor in the Constitution. Other states, by statute, legislature they pass laws. I looked at what he claimed for his authority. It's called the Civil Defense Act of 1950. And so it gives him all these powers, immense and extraordinary powers. And so it was meant for wartime. It's all militaristic type language. There's nothing in there which remotely can be interpreted as covering a virus. It's going to take a stretch to fit that definition within that statute. If the Supreme Judicial Court holds that the governor had no authority, then everything he's done is void.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's how he sold it to him. But the reality is that, he turns out he did. Unfortunately. And it is what it is. So a lot of people donated to that. And I love at the end there how he's like, I had to move to Florida for my own protection. Bitch, if they're looking for you, if Baker's goons are looking for you, maybe you shouldn't broadcast where you're living on social media. Oh, right. I forgot. Baker's bomb squad there. They can't cross state lines. They don't leave Massachusetts. No, they don't have the gas money. Stop. Oh my God. Was he even really engaged like to somebody else? Like he got these pictures he posted of he's down in Florida very quickly after this lawsuit gets filed. And he's married within months to this woman down in Tampa area. And how much did this wedding cost? Like what did he do for this? Well, anyway, while that lawsuit is dragging on, he decides down in Florida, he's going to launch another lawsuit. Number 2. And this one is for the flu vaccine. This time, the primary attorney was not Tom Mason. He was on this one, but 2 Florida attorneys named Patrick Leduc and Luke Leroux, or whatever you pronounce that. This is a class action lawsuit that 11,000 people signed in on for the mandated flu vaccine. And he said that this was unconstitutional. The group's campaign is called Flu U Baker. The mandate requires children and young adults ages 6 months, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I was against the flu vaccine, and for good reason. I agree completely. Like I said, I agree with this guy on most things. The flu vaccine was stupid. However, this is a class action lawsuit. I've proposed, back when I got kicked off Facebook, I talked to some attorneys about doing a class action against Facebook and Twitter. And I actually had some meetings with them and talked, like I would need other defendants, and it wouldn't be hard to find our plaintiffs to, who have been kicked off social media platforms to try to sue. And we assessed it, and they looked up case law to see if this was worth it. Because if they're not going to get a judgment in their favor, then they don't get paid. Because with a class action lawsuit, the plaintiffs don't pay a dime. It doesn't cost you a dime to enter a class action lawsuit. Class action lawsuits are free. The lawyers take them because they evaluate them and they determine that, well, this has a good chance of winning or settling. And that we can get, and when they get paid, the lawyers keep the vast majority of the money. They might send you a check for $5 or something like that if you're in on the class action lawsuit. Because the more plaintiffs, the stronger their case is. So that is the purpose of this, right? So if you ever are told that, it costs money to be in this class action lawsuit, you're probably being bamboozled. Class action lawsuits are free. So, nevertheless, for this class action lawsuit, what does Vincent Delaney do? Starts a GoFundMe and raises $83,000 off of like soccer moms who don't want their kids to get the flu vaccine. 83 grand. And this is what he posted in October. This was sent to me by a turtle rider. They said he posted, going live, important. It has been voted and passed. If you're on the lawsuit, voted and passed by who? If you're on the lawsuit and haven't donated at least $5, your name will be taken off the class action. That's a scam right there. Class actions don't cost a dime. What are you talking about? It's not a class action then. Because it wasn't a real class action. It was 2 lawyers ripping him off. That's all this was. These Leroux and Leduc, they just played this guy. Class actions are free. And they're like, this fucking idiot just wants to say the word class action and just get his name in the paper for being the guy who was like, leading. Let's just rip this motherfucker off because he's good at fundraising. Tell him to start a GoFundMe and we'll get paid for a lawsuit that we know is going to get dropped anyway. They're not going to go through with this. And that's exactly what ends up happening. According to him, when I spoke to douchebag on the phone, Vincent, he says he paid each of these attorneys $25,000. This lawsuit lasted 3 months. And it was only ended because Governor Baker dropped the mandate voluntarily. He dropped the mandate. It had nothing, like, this guy's out here crediting himself that, whoa, we started this lawsuit and look what Charlie Baker backed down. That's not why he backed down. He backed down because he started the freaking lawsuit in October. There was no COVID vaccine then. In between then, Trump loses and magically the COVID vaccine's out. So now the government's primary focus became not flu vaccine, but COVID vaccine. Also, the flu magically disappeared because everybody who has the flu really has COVID now and gets classified as that. So the government's like, what? And it's only put off for 1 year, by the way. They'll probably make your kids do it again next year, meaning that this lawsuit was literally for nothing. Like, it was the biggest waste of money ever. And he's out here crediting himself with getting, oh, look at me, I'm Vinny Delaney. Oh, I'm Charlie Baker's worst enemy. Nobody fucks with me. Look at me. Look at my shirt off. Look at me. I'm ripped. I'm down here in Florida because I'm such a badass. Oh, I'm the rebel. I'm a rebel. Charlie, I can't even be in Massachusetts. I'm too hot. I'm too hot up there. No, he's just living off of your fucking donations. That's what he's doing down there. He's just living off of your donations, and he's moving from one scam to the next, in case you can't see here. This is just like, he's like, why didn't I think of this a long fucking time ago? So, you know, he raises all this money for this class action, starts this lawsuit. It goes nowhere. He's telling me on the phone that, like, he came to Massachusetts and it paid for his hotel rooms and plane flights. It's like, why do you think people are donating for that? To pay for your fucking flights to and from Florida? Because you're pretending to be like this on the run guy. You didn't have to leave Massachusetts. Stop it. Anyway, he appears at this rally at the State House on August 30th with this chick, Candice Edwards, who, I mean, talk about associating with some scumbags. Candice Edwards, I wrote about her in November. She's a leader of the anti-vax movement in Massachusetts. She's British. She's another scam artist who made 40 grand off of this cancer GoFundMe thing. She claims to have breast cancer. She's shown no evidence of it. And she went to a witch doctor in Cancun for holistic treatment for breast cancer when we have some of the best cancer hospitals in the world in Boston. And she's going to Cancun to see some witch doctor. Right. She also amplified her message using Jeff Cooner, because that's what these people do. They just go to him and like, well, this fucking guy will just let me say whatever I want, so fuck it. And he goes and speaks at this rally with her, and let's listen to what he says.
And how do you say no? Thank you.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
So I called my attorneys the next day and told them we were going to get to work. And, you know, we're going to take on this lawsuit, and Charlie's going to hear us coming loud and clear. He knows who I am.
No, he doesn't.
You know, and
he doesn't give it. Like, this is how he loves to present himself. Oh, he knows who I am.
What I am so disappointed in is where the politicians in Massachusetts, why aren't they here?
Because they're Democrats. It's Massachusetts.
They are not the ones to be emailing. They blow smoke up your ass.
Yeah, no shit.
You know, I had a parent, God bless her, got Tucker Carlson's cell phone number, Ian Hannity's cell phone number, and she had reached out to them. And Tucker Carlson will be talking about our group this coming week.
No, he won't. No, he will not. That never happened.
Because this is ground zero for vaccinations. It starts here And then every commie blue state from here is going to mandate it in their state. There is nowhere to run. We have to stand here and fight.
Wait, there's nowhere to run. This guy literally ran to Florida. Do they not see that? Like, this guy is the biggest snake oil salesman I've ever seen.
And we cannot back down.
Cannot back down.
It gets scary, but you have to walk through it. You know, I've been dealing with lots of things. And I've been currently relocated to a different state, but I landed on here the other night. And because there's nothing that's going to keep me away from fighting for the state that I love. You know, and,
well, there is some Charlie Baker's
from
good.
the size of the crowd here, there's a lot of people that love this state. All of these guys are in it together because they know that we haven't been in it together. The state is where it's at because of us, and it's time for us to fix.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about Hart.
So
it's like this guy is a horrible.
Of how many people are here that are willing to fight for their kids. You know, they look up to you.
You don't have little
kids. If you're scared, they're scared.
It's weird that he's this invested.
If you're brave, they're brave.
Like, why is this fucking guy who looks like he just got back from fucking NAM, and he's literally the worst public speaker I've ever heard. You know, this is just bad. I don't like the vaccine. You know, I believe in God, country, and freedom. You know, I don't like it. And Charlie's scared of me. He's scared of me. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's scared of me. Oh God. I mean, imagine listening to this guy. Like, this is the leader. What's wrong with these people? He keeps going.
God bless my dad. I wouldn't be the man I am today if it wasn't for him.
Oh, shut up.
You know, he always led me in the right direction. And I always looked to him, and he never, ever had fear in his eyes. You know, he walked through everything. And I have been scared. And you know what? I just keep walking. You know, I have God, I have you.
He's got God.
And I just got to keep breathing, you know, and I just follow. I follow.
He follows.
And
what?
But this is your fight, you know. Over to my right, if you want to sign on to the class action. I have people that are collecting signatures.
Okay.
Not going to cost you a dime.
Oh, it's not going to cost you a dime.
I'll be starting a GoFundMe page for that.
What? It's not going to cost you a dime, and I'm starting a GoFundMe page because it's going to cost us a dime. And by the way, if you sign that list, you owe me $5. And make sure you leave your email address because I'm going to fucking sell your data too. Oh, God. These poor people.
My last GoFundMe, I was getting donations from England and Sweden and Australia. You know, people are sick of the tyranny.
Yeah, they're sick of it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to start here in Massachusetts just like they did in 1776.
Yeah, 1776. Yeah. America.
This is where we win the battle. We make the stand. And we don't back down.
We don't back down for nobody. Such cliches.
Amen.
Amen, yeah.
I want to let Charlie Baker know Vin Delaney is back in town. Oh, and we're coming for you.
So painful. If you can't tell that guy's a grifter, you don't deserve your money. I kind of don't feel bad for you if you donate to this fucking idiot. God, what's wrong with people? Some people just weren't meant for their money. Hate to say it, but so anyway, that is fundraiser number 2 that he has there. And you know, he's down here saying he's advertising himself like we fought and won with the flu vaccine, but you didn't. I mean, he's sharing all these links like flu vaccine mandate in Massachusetts dropped. They did it voluntarily. It wasn't dismissed by the judge. The lawsuit was withdrawn by the plaintiffs themselves, and there were no damages because as soon as the government's like, yeah, we're going to hold off on that, then there's no purpose for the lawsuit anymore. It's just so stupid. So he makes all these pages. If you're keeping track at home, he's brought in $150,000 in donations just with the GoFundMes. Never mind all these goddamn t-shirt sales, which he stole fucking the logos from the Hodge twins. These don't jab on me things. Selling all these t-shirts, shoving them down your throats. Just capitalizing on this, And I guess it's America, so good for him, but you are being scammed actively if you got involved in this. So he also said he was going to sue Fauci. He literally said that he was going to sue Fauci in the Supreme Court. I repeat, in the Supreme Court. That's not how any of this works. You don't just be like, hey, Supreme Court, listen to my case. That's not how it works. It has to work its way up there. If you lose in district court, then you can appeal it to a higher court, then an appellate court, and then maybe it'll be picked up by the Supreme Court. Probably not. They get to pick and choose what cases they hear. Probably you don't just start in the Supreme Court. So that never came to be. He never ended up suing Fauci with this class action mask mandate. But all these idiots are on here like, yeah, let's go. We'd love to be on that lawsuit because these people don't know any better. They don't know how courts work. And they're just like, yeah, America, that guy up there with the that guy looks like he's seen some shit. That guy's been to Nam. Look at him. He's grizzled. He's got an accent. Charlie Baker's scared of him. Ooh, I better donate to him. Oi, here he is. He's bragging in March about being escorted out of a spectrum. You think he might be on the spectrum. Yesterday by the sheriff's department for not wearing a mask. I'll be attempting another reentry at a different spectrum and going live in 50 minutes. Then he announces he's going to sue Spectrum for $1 million. That never happened. And then he starts working on his big one, showing like all these papers, 30 plus pages of a lawsuit here. And he starts making these Facebook groups that have 20,000 members called Don't Shed on Me Class Actions. Okay. And he says New Yorkers are now required to show a jab passport. That's his word for the vaccination. Mass is next to join me in the huge fight before us all. We need to stand together, and this group will change the course of Massachusetts history. No, it's not. No, not with you as the leader, buddy. I know these, but he's saying the things that people want to hear, so they get into it. See what I'm saying? See what he's doing? He keeps talking about the attorney that he has here. Join us. We're going to stop. Keep in mind, there is no vaccine passport mandate in Massachusetts. So he's preemptively raising money for a mandate that never happened. That I'm against the vaccine passports too, but it never happened. And he's all mad that people aren't coming to the rally. He posted on April 4th. How come only 138 people signed up for the rally? Class action lawsuits are not cheap. Yes, they are. They're free. Okay. And he's all mad that nobody's coming to his stupid rally. So he's making up anecdotes about how, thank you, Vincent Delaney. Your words are so relevant. Oh my God. It's cringe. That never happened. He's literally making shit up, folks. This is what he does. So he goes on Shiva to try to Dr. Shiva Ayyadurai. We all know Shiva. Shiva came on my program after he lost the primary to Kevin O'Connor, which didn't really matter because whoever was going to won that was going to be cream pied by Kevin O'Connor in the general. I mean, by Ed Markey in the general election anyway. So, Shiva got his ass beat. He lost by over 50,000 votes. It was like 61 to 39% because Shiva thinks the campaigns are won on Facebook. Most of his supporters are not in Massachusetts. He killed in Western Mass. He did a great job driving that bus to Coleraine. Like he whooped his ass in Coleraine and Greenfield and shit like that. But he didn't do well in places where people actually live because the Republican establishment, for whatever that's worth, got behind Kevin O'Connor, and Kevin O'Connor won. And so Shiva came on my show and he alleged voter fraud. And I asked him, do you have any evidence of voter fraud? At which point he repeatedly called me a cocksucker because I suck cock. Literally. That was his quote, literally. And then he called me a baker boy because I asked for evidence of voter fraud. And me and him have not spoken since, and I'm banned from his channel now. I don't think he's going to be advertising with me anymore. But if you're going to Shiva and Candice Edwards, you're desperate. And so he's looking for anybody to amplify his voice. Maybe he wore out his welcome with Jeff Cooner. And so he goes on with Shiva and he blows this goddamn snot rocket. By the way, so Shiva, so they well, let me play the snot rocket thing real quick. You got to see this. Do I have it on here? Tell me I have it on there. Where'd the snot rocket go? Did I pass by it? Come on. Where's the snot rocket? That's not it. Man, there's a lot. This is a big blog. Holy shit, this blog took me all day. Good Lord. There's a lot to it. Oh, yeah. Is this... Where'd the video? Oh, here it is. No, this is the whole thing. Where'd the video of him with the snot thing go? Maybe it'll come up later. Anyway, Shiva does what Shiva always does. He makes it all about him. Here's the fucking rally. This is the rally for this guy's lawsuit. Dr. Shiva, MIT, PhD. Truth, freedom, and help. Shiva does all the talking. This guy speaks for a couple minutes. Shiva, takes his posse through downtown Boston. And he's like, they've never talked since then because Shiva is clearly of no use to him for obvious reasons. Yeah. So anyway, he announces this big lawsuit and he actually makes an announcement on May 7th that we are going to make history. Then he says, we're going to announce, I will go live tomorrow to address the group on our movement forward, but he wants to raise $500,000. He says $500,000, and he's going to announce who the defendants are in his class action lawsuit. Okay, and then on the 12th, he does the big reveal. He's going to sue Rochelle Walensky, the head of the CDC, as well as Janet Woodcock. Janet Woodcock, the head of the FDA. So these are the two lucky people who are going down next. He's going to go out. This guy really thinks he's like the most feared fucking lawsuit for hire guy in the world. Like all these people are, oh no, Vinny Delaney's coming after me. Oh no, I'm shaking my boots. So he's going to go after them. And some people start questioning, like, where did the money go in the last lawsuit? I gave you $500. I'd like to know what this is for. And he never has like a good answer for it. He acts like, oh, no, it's okay. We won that lawsuit. You got return on your investment. Bitch, you didn't win shit. They gave up. They were going to give up regardless of you anyway. So full disclosure, he hired attorney Ryan McClane, who is representing me in the Ryan Waters and Jamie General lawsuits, and I think does a very good job. He's a passionate defender of the First Amendment. And Ryan has done some live streams in which he's been very honest with the viewers, to his credit. He's been very honest with the viewers. And he said straight up, like, if the only way these ends, like if they start doing things like this, coming after making you get a vaccine to go to college or something like that, it can only end in the courts. He's right about that. It can only end in the courts. That's the only way these things can go away. Your local state legislature isn't going to do shit about it. It has to happen in the courts. However, he's also told them that there's a strong possibility it's going to lose, which Vinny never mentions. He's never mentioned that before. They're like, yeah, it's probably going to lose. And he's like, but Ryan's honest. And he says, look, there's a good chance this loses. But if you guys want to do this, this is what it's going to cost. And it's the only way to change it. So it's up, buyer beware. And if people choose to donate, and I think because of this, because he's been so honest about like the fact that like this might not go anywhere, probably not going to go anywhere. He's raised $32,000 of the $500,000, $500,000 he tried to raise on this, which is insane. At least this time, McClane made him open a corporation, a foundation. But like I said, he wants to raise $500,000. Let's see how much he's raised so far. $32,903 he's raised so far. And he just constantly is posting it on the 5 million groups that he admins. And it's also so weird that he like wants to protect children and he doesn't have any small children. Didn't he like say he abandoned his family for this too? I don't even know. But he's like, yeah, if you donate $150, here's a crappy t-shirt you'll get. Look how fucking terrible this t-shirt is. Who the fuck would ever want that t-shirt? Is that even symmetrical? What is that? Oi. So now he's posting his Venmo balance, and to advertise, to show like what a badass he is, he's posting like videos about how he's suing the states, not mentioning that, oh yeah, this case was dismissed, which someone else points out. You lost. Yeah, you lost. He's talking, tears of joy. I'm literally crying when I heard the news. They dropped it after our hearing. It's not a win. He goes, a win is a win. Yeah, but that's not a win. You didn't win. But he's acting like he did. So this is how he's presenting himself to people. This is false advertising. He acts like I'm the guy who sues. And when I sue, we get results. So just put some money in the machine and I'll take care of the rest, baby. But it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. He even posted this story, right? About how some 6-year-old gave him his $2 allowance. I'm sorry. If a 6-year-old's like, hey, Vinny, here's my $2 allowance. If Vinny doesn't say, keep it, kid, because this is a scam anyway. And we don't need your $2. Just hold on to that. Then you're a fucking morally bankrupt asshole. That's what you are. You are Elizabeth Warren.
You have a strong following, and clearly we have a bunch of contests in the next 30 days. But are you optimistic that after Super Tuesday that there will be some kind of coalescing so that we don't end up in one of those protracted, bitter battles that go all the way to the convention? How are you feeling about that right now? You think that is a possibility? Sure talked about that in...
This is when Elizabeth Warren was very clear she was not going. It was down to Bernie and Biden, and she was still sticking around for some reason. She couldn't win Massachusetts. She couldn't win anything. And they're like, why don't you just drop out and support one of the two candidates? And why are you still collecting donations from people? And listen to the anecdote she tells here.
In my speech tonight, because I am concerned. But Claire, I tell you, there's so many people who are in this fight for all the right reasons. You know me,
Sound familiar?
Did the speech and then afterwards did a selfie line, and we were there for over an hour. People are coming through and they're saying thank you, and they're giving hugs and talking about what's important to them.
This is a left-wing Vinnie Delaney.
Young woman came up by herself and she said, I'm a broke college student with a lot of student loan debt. And she said, I checked and I have $6 in the bank. So I just gave $3 to keep you in this fight.
That's okay.
That's what we got to do. We got to stay in this fight.
First of all, that's a lie. That literally never happened. This woman is a professional liar. Nobody has $6 in their bank account and gives $3. It's not a thing. And if you did not tell that broke college student, no, it's okay, honey. I'm a multi-millionaire. My name is Elizabeth Warren. I'm kind of famous. I don't need your $3. Then you are a piece of shit, which of course she is. And Vinnie Delaney is no different than he's just Elizabeth Warren with different politics, and he's less successful, quite frankly. It's the same shit. So here's like, he sent these messages to one of his admins. He's like freaking out about getting in trouble now. The lawyer, because by the way, he repurposed it. He's like, it's no longer a class action. Bitch, you've been advertising it as a class. Like your group is literally called No Jab USA Class Action. Okay. Awkward. So he then lowers it to $100,000 just out of nowhere, just by 80% lowers it. Oh, here's the snot rocket.
Longer on the
Look at
line.
this. Look at this. Look at this.
And
What is that? Look at that. What?
Unnecessary.
Oh my God.
That happened.
Tell him.
Rally.
Someone tell him.
And
Oh no.
I got a very clear.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. He hit it with his hands.
It was.
He didn't even use a
And it wasn't
tissue.
the people
Jesus
in
Christ.
Massachusetts. It was
Imagine if that guy is your leader, you're fucked. You are so fucked. You should know that by now. So yeah, this whole thing, these are my messages to him. Cause I'm like, I asked him straight up, like, do you have the receipts? Cause he insisted, every dollar is accounted for. Well, is it you touched $150,000 that we know of, where every single dollar should be accounted for. I'm sure that's against some type of fundraising law. You didn't have a 501c3 for any of this shit. And people are just supposed to trust you. You seem like a con artist. You're doing this all the time, dude. And he's like, I'll get it to you. He's like, he told me, well, it was a Santander bank account that was attached to the GoFundMe. And I don't use Santander anymore, so I can't get it. I'm like, you could call them right now. Of course they'd give it to you. No, you can't have access to, you used to have an account now you don't, so we can't show you this. Oi. If you fell for this guy, you're a fucking idiot. Should I call him? Because I still got his. He stopped responding to my messages, but I have his phone number too. I'll give him a call. I want to call him. Let's see, Vincent Delaney. Okay. I'm gonna call him right now. Okay, we're calling. Come on, Vinny. Answer the phone. Well, I got his he gave me his, he wanted me to call him on his real phone too. So we're going to call that one next. All right, he's not answering. Let me try this one. Yeah, his phone number right here. He's like, call me at your convenience. Okay, we'll do, Vinny. Here we go. Okay, I won't say his. I'm not going to be a dick and say his phone number. Okay, here we go. Come on. It's not answering.
Vinny is not available.
Vinny. Yo, Vin Dog. It's Clarence Woods Emerson. Give me a call back when you got this. Wanted to invite you on the live show to talk about the blog, see if you had a chance. You told me you were going to prove me wrong after the blog came out. So I'm wondering if you could have given me before, and then we could have saved me the hassle of writing this blog. But now that I've, put the blog out, it's your chance to prove me wrong. So maybe you can show your donors where some of that money went towards, because there was a lot. We know it didn't all go to the attorneys. We get an accounting of, what hotels were you staying at? Were you flying first class up here? Where'd all the money go? You don't have a job. It doesn't look like you work 4 hours a day, I think you said. So perhaps you could, account for some of that money. I'm genuinely curious. So give me a call back. You got my number. Love you, pal. We'll talk soon. Bye. All right. All right. So why don't we do a little Ask Turtleboy to end the program? And if you guys have any questions, fire away. If not, we'll call it a night. Go ahead. Yeah, people are saying he is vaccinated too. And it's like, if you're going to be the model of health, maybe don't have a guy who is clearly like a chain smoker be your, official spokesperson. Just saying. Other questions? Email me. We'll set up a time, my friend. The Ashley St. Angela court date, I believe, is the 4th, which is Friday. I got to call Mark about that. I think that's this week. The first court date with that. We'll see. Let's see. It says MAGA lockdown grifter. It's no secret. It is mostly the right fighting it, but I never heard him talk politics other than about the mandates. Okay, fair enough. But I think we all know, let's be honest here. He's not appealing to a left-wing crowd, and he knows that. He wouldn't be going on Cooner and Shiva if he was. Oh, your mother was a hamster? Thirsty. I like it. What happened with Monica's autopsy? There's another question. I don't know. Good question. The Turtleboy golf tournament is on July 26th. And by the way, I have 4 free entries in that I'm going to be giving away in some manner to the Turtleboy golf tournament. So stay tuned for that. I saw that Hopkins was labeled the safest city in America today, which is fucking hilarious, by the way. Turtle Club is still a no-go. Yeah, Turtle Club is tomorrow. No, Turtle Club is going to happen tomorrow night. We're going to talk about that other guy tomorrow night. So we'll be on air tomorrow night. Maybe I'll do like a Bruins after show after the game on Thursday. I don't know. My pleasure, Jen. I'd happy to, I don't, are there any people in this? Are there any people watching tonight who were part of his groups that have been maybe watching him? If you have, you're more than welcome to call in to talk about this. I'm going to post the StreamYard link right there. If you'd like to come in and talk about, maybe you've, had your eye on this guy for a while and you thought something was suspicious, but maybe you said something and your comment was deleted. Like a lot of people say, maybe so. I found the Turtle Club. Thank you very much. Let's hear about the Uxbridge dancer. Her name is Laura Hamlin, I want to say. I got more on her coming tomorrow. Trust me. She's a real gem. I found the Turtle Club. Will I get an alert? No. So you just every Wednesday at 9:00, you get access to shit other people don't get. And I'm going to start publishing members only blogs as well. So I'll see you then. How is on? I don't understand the question there. Good analogy, MJob. MJob always has good analogies, good comments. Thank you, Scott. So Scott this is an ex-personal friend of his, and he wanted to vent about it. So I'm glad to help you out there, Scott. Will we see Swayman if Bees are down 2 goals in game 3, 4 goals in game 4? I can't believe the Bruins lost that game last night after they came back. I mean, we're so much of a better team than them. Let's be honest. But it's fucking hockey. You never know. But I feel like Bruins are still going to win at 5 just because we're a vastly superior team than them. So watch us lose. Watch us lose on Thursday. It will be on the Turtleboy website tomorrow, not on YouTube. That girl was murdered in Hopkins. Yeah, sure she was. Members only jacket. Yeah, maybe someday. I'm so glad to hear someone talk about the Shiva Grifter. Yeah, I mean, Shiva's not really a grifter because I will give Shiva this one thing. Shiva pays for his entire campaign with his own money. Shiva's rich. I don't know where all his money comes from, but he's rich. He's got fuck you money. And his entire senatorial campaign, he spent like $300,000 on it out of his own pocket because it's all documented with OCPF. So I don't think that Shiva's a grifter. I just think he is a psychopath. That's all. Yeah, who's saying Tuukka Rask is the issue? Tuukka Rask has been great, man. The issue last night was the refs, obviously. We killed them. We were the much better team last night. Pucks on net. Can I share my Turtleboy Club password? No, you can't. Only one person can be signed in at a time. I don't think anybody meant that about Tuca. Yeah, Shiva's an infamous. That's one thing that's whack about Shiva, too, is that he just deletes anybody who disagrees with him. Yes, St. Angelo does have an attorney. Probably not the best one. Did Holden ever do anything with the Gaffney election complaint? No. So Gaffney wasted his time as usual. Yeah, I know. But what I meant when I tweeted out that the Bruins, it was nice to have the Bruins, not just because they were winning, but because of what the Bruins represent, right? They represent sports. They just represent normalcy. They represent, blue collar, hardworking, fun team to watch that just goes out there and plays hockey and doesn't come with any of the extra bullshit that contrast that with the Celtics, contrast that with the Red Sox, which I don't mind the Red Sox players. Like, I like Xander Bogaerts. I like Rafael Devers. Like, I'm sad that I don't get to watch these guys. I love JD Martinez. How can you not? And I'm sad that I don't get to watch those guys because I like them. But I'm not going to watch a team that's owned by John Henry and puts a big Black Lives Matter fucking sign outside and, calls their fans racist. I'm not doing that. And changes the name of Yawkey Way. I'm not going to support a team like that. The Bruins don't do any of that. They tried. They had one woke executive last year Photoshop out the fucking the Boston Police logo. And the players were furious about that. The Boston Police were furious about that. And like Charlie Coyle was pissed about that. Charlie Coyle's a Weymouth guy. He's from Mike Chester's hometown. You think he liked that? No, of course not. And that's what I like about the Boston Bruins. They're just regular guys that play hockey. That's it. The Leafs, man. Those fucking Maple Leafs, man. Oh, you knew it was going to happen, too. Every fucking time. Every time. We wanted that to happen because now, when the Leafs are up 3-1, it's like, okay, the Leafs are going to advance. And the only team with a worse record than us is going to be the Winnipeg Jets, which means that if the Jets lose to the Leafs in the next round, we win, we got to get the winner of Colorado versus Vegas, which you don't want because Colorado is like the fucking Red Army right now. They're unstoppable. I'd much rather have the winner of Carolina, Tampa Bay, preferably Carolina, because it's Carolina. The Tampa Bay Lightning win Stanley Cups occasionally. They're the reigning champions. Carolina sucks. So, but then the Canadiens came out of nowhere and did us a favor, and they waxed him again. Corey Perry is still in the NHL. He's no longer on the Ducks. I guess he's on the Habs. So Corey Perry comes in there, scores a goal. They don't have Pacioretty anymore. He's over in Vegas apparently. But they still have Carey Price, I believe. So there's still the Habs. And the have-nots are the Tampa Bay or the Toronto Maple Leafs because they're out, which means now that whoever wins that series, Winnipeg versus Montreal, is going to have a worse record than the winner of the Islanders Bruins series, which means the winner of the Winnipeg Montreal series will get the winner of the Vegas Colorado series because those are the two highest scoring teams left. And we will get the winner of the other series, which is probably going to be Tampa Bay. So I think it's going to be Boston, Tampa Bay. And then the bottom, I think Winnipeg is going to win that. I think Winnipeg is going to face the Colorado Avalanche. And then I think the Avs are going to win that. And I think it's going to be Boston, Colorado for the Cup. And we'll see what happens when we get there. If we lose our third straight fucking Stanley Cup, it's going to be heartbreaking. But Carolina won a cup 2 years after Tampa's. When was that? Like 2004? Is that what we're talking about here? We're going back that far? Come on. It's so fun to watch him, though. It's just so fucking fun. The Avs are, but you can't stop watching hockey. It's so fucking good. It's like, and I've never most people cheering on and playing hockey. We've never played organized hockey. I never really played organized football till I got to high school either. But like it's just so fun to watch. Like it's one of those sports that you don't have to play it to growing up to like it, you know? Like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about when I'm watching it. I'm like, just fucking, yeah, this fucking nice pass right there. Oh, wide open. Oh, but it's just fun, you know? It's cool. Like I would have no idea how to coach it. I wouldn't know the first fucking thing. I know the line changes. You've got to get them out. We lost last night on a fucking bad line change. I think they scored their first goal on that. But anyway, Tampa Bay won 04. So Carolina won 06. Well, that was the Hartford Whalers won in 06. No, it was the Hurricanes. I remember that. Was that Rod Brindamore was on that? I forget who was on that team. That's 15 years ago we're talking, man. Come on. All right. Any other questions, guys, before we all call it a night? All right, then. I guess we'll call it an evening, guys, and we will see you all tomorrow night for Turtle Club. Sign up for that if you haven't already. We're going to talk about that Celtics guy there, Cole Buckley. Check out the new blog on him I just did shortly before this, and we will see you all. Oh, Ron Francis. That's right. He was on that team. I forgot about that. And, call. I believe Brett's doing an after party. It was hilarious. His call with Lumpy last week. That was great. So go hit up Brett's after party. I'm sure he'll be, doing the hits on there. He'll probably be up till 3 a.m. with Brittany and Amanda. And we will see you guys all on tomorrow night. Peace, Turtle Riders.